Hello everyone and happy Monday. As there is no in-person class tonight, I thought I would do a quick class for you to replace it, and you can do it anytime during the week. Also, it's a really popular class when I taught it in person as well. So it's on the shoulders and the neck, and it seemed to really help most people. So I said I would record one that you could do anytime when you're at home or if you can't make it to class. So enjoy, and any feedback, let me know in the comments below or send me a message. Okay, so we're going to start by laying down, and we're just going to take a mind and body check-in. Maybe you've had a busy break, you've had lots of family around, you've not really had time to check in with how you're breathing and how you're feeling. So we're going to do that now. This is about 45 minutes of you time, really just concentrate and turn yourself inwards, concentrating on yourself, no one else. Leave all those jobs and all the things that you have to do behind, and just take this time to look after yourself. So you're going to come down to laying down, however you want to, and make sure you're nice and comfortable. So if you want to use like a pillow under your head, then you can do. And the option is that you can either bend your knees and have the knees fall in towards each other, or you can straighten your legs, whichever is most comfortable for you. And we're just going to take a few moments here to get comfortable. See if you need to shift around, shift your hips and your shoulders. Just working on finding that space, the calmness, stillness. A couple more moments to get yourself really comfortable, settled. I'm going to start off by taking a nice big deep inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. Letting out all the day's kind of busyness and stresses and whatnot. And then let's start to focus on what's going on with you. So you're going to close your eyes, close your mouth to ensure you're breathing in and out through your nose. If you've got a blocked up nose, which I know a lot of people have at the moment, lots of bugs going around. So if that's happening to you at the moment, then you can just gently open your mouth, and as if you're whistling, but don't whistle. Just almost making your mouth kind of nostril-like, so you're not taking big gulps of air in. So ideally in and out through the nose, mouth closed, tongue to the roof of your mouth. Just observe as you breathe in and out. And observing where on your body is moving as you breathe in and out. No judgment, just a check-in. And things to notice with the breath are the length of the breath. So is it short or is it deep? And the depth of the breath. Are you breathing into the top half, just the bottom half, or through the whole chest and torso? And you're going to try and gently slow your breath down, especially if you really have observed it quite shallow, not very deep. Just know that longer exhale helps you to settle and relax a little bit more. And then just take a brief scan through your body. How's it feeling today? Is it feeling tired or energized, achy or free? Any sensations or pain coming up? Just observe, use it as information. Building that relationship with your body, so you're working with it rather than against it. Okay, and then you start to move your fingers and move your toes to start to awaken your body a touch more. Take a slightly deeper breath. And you're going to stretch your arms over your head, stretch your toes away, full body stretch. Get yourself moving, maybe take a little wiggle with the ribs and the hips. And then bring the arms back down, bring your knees into your tummy, give yourself a gentle hug. And you're going to come up into sitting, so you can either press through the feet and come up into sitting, or you can roll to the side and come up into sitting. And then from there, we're going to come into standing. So again, whichever way you want to do that, which is easiest for you. See if you can let your head be the last thing that comes up. Okay, so as I said, we're doing shoulders and neck today, so we can feel quite a lot of tension and stress around there. So we're going to release them today, and we're going to do some shoulder and neck check-ins, just so it helps you to build awareness. And it's also really good to see, I think, if and what exercises improve your shoulders and give you a little bit more movement and mobility. The brain likes information and it likes proof, so it kind of validates what you're doing. Hopefully, if it works. It may or may not work, but that's information as well. So for some people it can tighten up shoulders and it doesn't work, so then you know those aren't the exercises for you. So investigation, experimentation, and just trying things and seeing what the results are. So the first one we're going to do is bring your feet so they're either hip distance apart or close together. You're going to bring both your arms down by your side. Your thumb is going to face up towards the ceiling or towards the camera, and it eventually will go towards the ceiling. Palms facing in towards each other. Just make sure that you're not locking your knees, so the knees are gently supported and soft. Okay, you're going to keep your eyes open. You're going to take your right arm up, thumb leading, and you're going to see how far your arm gets. And then come back down. And then same on the other side, so thumb leading, coming all the way up. Try not to bend your arm. See how far that shoulder gets. So I'm a little bit more open on this side. And what we're going to do is do this at the end of the session, so you can see, like I said, any difference that's been made. Okay, we'll do that one more time, just to feel and make sure. Just take notice of where it comes to in regards to your ears. Can you see the arm? Feel. Good. And then the second test that we're doing is we're going to take our hands into a fist, our arms into a right angle, and so your upper arms are level with your shoulders. Okay, we're going to work on internal rotation, which is that folding in, and external rotation. So Again, just check in with the knees, just make sure they're not locking, because it does make a difference in how your shoulders move. Okay, take an inhale and drop the fists down and take them back as far as you can. Back to center. And you're going to do the same, but take them back. And usually one is a lot easier than the other. Just make sure that it's not your ribs that are flaring out. Keep them in. It's just your shoulders are the ones that are working. And come back to center. We'll do that one more time just to kind of make sure we've got that movement down. Turning down, coming up, and keep those ribs in. No cheating and coming up. And then also another thing to notice is one side easier or a little bit more open than the other. Usually, give your shoulders a bit of a shake. Usually it is because we're right-handed and we're not completely symmetrical. All right, so we'll touch back with those towards the end. Hopefully there'll be a little bit of improvement. So we're going to work on our neck now. So you're going to keep this is an option. You can keep your eyes open or you can keep your eyes closed. If you know that you go off balance a little bit, then don't close your eyes, keep your balance, okay? You're going to have your hands, in fact, one hand down at the side, the other hand, so we're going to guide the neck round, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So draw your chin in, so you're stacking your head on top of your ribs. I'm going to keep my eyes open so I can talk to you. You're going to turn the ears to the side and back to center. So quite often when we're turning, we can kind of end up tilting the chin and tilting the head. So we're going to use our hand as a bit of a guide to keep everything level and to the other side. Good. Bring your arm down. You're going to look up. Back to center and chin towards chest. And back to center. And then right ear to right shoulder. And you can lift the shoulders a little bit as well. Back to center. Left ear to left shoulder. I am a little bit rubbish on this side. And back to center. And just give yourself a little bit of a roll. Good. The next thing we're going to do is a vestibular exercise. So the balance system of the ears and using your eyes as visual system as well. Your eyes and your vestibular system, your balance system, have a huge impact on your posture and a really huge impact on your neck. So if you're feeling quite stiff in your neck, it might actually be that you're kind of maybe squinting or tilting your head a little bit. And you can see it kind of draws you over to one side. Your eyes lead, so you go where your eyes go. So if you've got a little bit of tension within your eyes or within your vestibular system, then that can end up drawing you kind of maybe to one side or whatever. So these exercises really help with your neck and your posture. So all you're going to do, we've done this in class before, but if you're new to doing it, then just take it nice and slow. You're going to use your thumb, stretch your arm out, and you're going to use specifically your thumbnail as your focal point. And you're going to keep your eyes on your thumbnail, but move the head from side to side. Sometimes that's easier said than done. Okay, so again, slight softness in the knees. And we're not looking for speed. At the moment, we're not looking for speed. That's something that you can increase. We're looking for how well your eyes can stay glued onto that thumbnail and how well the head can twist. Okay, so we're going to do that 5 times. 3, keep the eyes on the thumb. 4, keep the chin drawing in and back, and 5. Good. Then you can swap arms if you want to. You're going to take your thumb to the side, still eyes glued on the thumbnail, and we're going up whilst looking on the thumb and down whilst looking on the thumb. So if you end up dropping your eyes, bring your eyes back up. And if the thumb goes out of vision, then it means that you've gone a bit too far. Okay, so 5 times on this one as well. 2, quality over speed. 3, 4. So as you can see, we're using those neck muscles and we're using the eyes. And 5, back to center. Good. Next ones are a little bit more tricky. We're doing diagonal movements. So you're going to take, you can sort your thumb again if you want to. You're going to take your thumb out. You're going to take your thumb now to 10 to and take your left ear down. So both your thumb and your head are tilted to about a 10 to position. Your chin is drawing in. From there, keeping your eyes glued on that thumb, you're taking your top ear, your right ear, backwards and forwards. Doing that 5 times again. Keep the chin drawing in. 3, 4, and 5. Back to center. I like to swap my thumbs so my arms aren't aching. This time your thumb is going to a 10 past position and your head is going to a 10 past position. So your right ear is ducking down towards the shoulder, chin drawing back. Same again. So the top ear, it's a little bit more difficult for me on this side. Your top ear is just moving backwards and forwards. Keep your eyes glued on that thumb. 3, 4. I'll probably look back on this and find my head is doing all sorts of weird stuff. I find this side so difficult. And 5. And back to center. Okay. Good. And let's do, we're going to do neck strengthener now just to mix it up. So you're going to take your index finger behind the center point of your ear. So hopefully I won't knock the mic. And then your other hand, your other index finger on the knobbly bit of your collarbone, just there. And what we're going to do is strengthen up a muscle called the sternocleidomastoid that travels down from the skull down into the collarbone and the ribs. Okay, so it's a real supportive muscle of the neck. Okay, so index finger behind the ear, one on the collarbone. You're going to take your chin forwards and then you're going to try and close the gap between your 2 index fingers. Again, easier said than done. 1, 2, 3, 4, lift that top ear. Whoo, and 5, back up. I'm going to do that again. Reset, take the chin forwards. Index finger towards each other. 1, 2, try and find a spot to gaze. 2, 3, 4, lift that top ear, and 5, back up. Give your neck a little bit of a roll. I'm going to do the same on the other side, so I'll try not to knock my microphone, but taking one index finger on the knobbly bit of your collarbone, other behind your ear. Take your chin forwards first and then close the gap. And then every time I say that, the tube minus the gap comes up in my head. I don't know why. 3, 4, and 5. And as normal, you might find one side easier than the other. And again, chin forwards. Close the space between the 2 index fingers. Really lift that top ear. 1, 2, 3. Try and relax through the rest of the body. 4, and 5, back to center and release. Bit of a strange one, that one. All right, so let's do a couple more things for the shoulders and then we'll get started on some poses. Excuse my hair as it's molting. Okay, so you're going to take your hands down so the palms are facing in towards each other. We're doing shoulder blade movements. So what we're trying to do is find the different movements of the shoulder blades. So that's protraction, depression and retraction. So we're kind of drawing, we're not drawing squares, but that's kind of what we're doing. So elevation is up, protraction is forwards, depression, depressed down, coming down, retraction. So we're retracting our shoulder blades and then we're doing that cycle again and then we'll go round the other way. Okay, so four specific movements, trying to be symmetrical. 4 specific movements of your shoulders. Why is this good? It's great for organising in your brain on what movements your shoulders can actually do rather than being kind of doing whatever and not being in control, being higgledy-piggledy kind of in your movements. If you can organise them into specific movements, things like yoga poses and any kind of exercise, and you can notice it throughout your day as well, will make a lot more sense. And you're a lot more likely to be able to do them well and functionally without pain. All right, so hands with palms either side, palms facing. We're going to go up, so elevation, forwards, protraction, down, make a funny face at the same time, depression, back, retract, up, squeeze, while retracting, protracting forwards, down to depress, back, we're doing this 5 times, up, protraction, depression, retraction, elevation. So all the words kind of make sense really. Down, this is 2 more, retraction and up. And last one, forwards. Let me do this so you can see. So forwards, down, retract, and elevation. And then come down. And we're going to do that the other way. So we're going to start off, where do we go? Up, so that way. So we're going to go down, retract first. Try not to flare your ribs out. Elevation, protraction. Down, squeeze back, squeeze up, squeeze forwards. Down, that's 2. Squeeze back, squeeze up and forwards. 3, 2 more. Down, squeeze back, up and forwards. And try and make sure we've got one more, that it's not your elbows that are doing the movements, it's your shoulders. Down, squeeze back, up and forwards, and give them a little bit of a shoulder roll. And then we're going to do one last one to get our shoulders moving. So it should be starting to feel and be a little bit more aware about your shoulders and neck now. You can take your arms out, your elbow crease facing forwards, the long edge of the mat, and your thumbs are facing up towards the ceiling. So wave your hands. Part of movement is knowing where you are in space, knowing where your hands are. It sounds silly, but we can kind of end up doing all sorts of different things with our joints without awareness. So thumbs facing up, it's about organising stuff. Thumbs facing up. So we're going to start off with the left hand with the thumb facing down, and right hand with the thumb going back. So we've got a full twist through the shoulders. Same on the other side, and you can move your body to kind of incorporate more of a twist. So the left thumb goes back, right thumb goes down. We'll do that a couple of times. So we're twisting through the shoulders, the forearm. Good. 4. Slight softness in the knees. And 5. And give them a little bit of a roll. So our shoulder blades can get really stuck from stress, sitting a lot and just being still or holding tension, whatever. So we're getting them moving essentially. They're supposed to have quite a lot of freedom, and we're supposed to know what the movement is that you're doing within your shoulders. And that's what awareness is. So we're just working on that journey. Let's move into some sun salutations. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes. We're going to move into some sun salutations to warm ourselves up a little bit more, get our heart rate raised up a little bit, to put our shoulder movements into action as well, to build a bit of strength. And then we'll carry on with a few more poses. So come to the front of your mat. You can either take your big toes together, heels slightly apart, or you can take your feet hip distance apart if balance is a little bit of a challenge right now. Okay, so when we raise our arms up here, we're going to elevate the shoulders up because we're raising, and when you raise your arms over your head, you also want your shoulders to be reaching as well, not forced down. They want to be reaching up, so the whole body and the whole shoulder is working together. Okay, so inhale, take your arms up, elevate your shoulders, reach, 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 and you're going to gently look up towards your thumbs. Exhale as you fold and you bend your knees as much as you need to. This time you're going to let your shoulders drop down, let your head drop down. Inhale, lift your head. You can place your hands on your thighs if you want to. And exhale, we're just going to step back into downward facing dog. Pampas grass floating everywhere. So let's take a look at what the shoulder's doing. We're spreading the fingers nice and wide apart. And again, our arms are over our head, so we want to elevate our shoulders up. And our ears are in line with the shoulders. Knees are slightly bent if you need to. 3, 4, breathing in and out through your nose. And 5, you're going to look forward, step or walk in towards your hands. Keep lifting your head. You can take your hands onto the shins if you need to. So you're not just lifting your head, you're lifting your chest as well. Incorporating your back. Exhale, now you drop your head and drop your shoulders down. Power down through the balls of the feet. Inhale, reach your arms up, up, up. Exhale to come down. And we're going to do that again, reaching your arms up, elevate your shoulders, know your movements. Exhale to fold forwards, let your head drop and let your shoulders drop, or they're actually elevating again. Inhale, draw your shoulders back as you lift your head, and exhale, step back into downward facing dog. So again, your arms are above your ears. Above your head. So you're elevating the shoulders up, making them nice and strong. If you need to bend your knees, take your hips up towards the ceiling. 2, 3, just take your head from side to side. If you need to release any tension in the neck. 4 and 5. Inhale to walk forwards. Lift your head, but also lift your chest as well. Now exhale to drop your head and elevate your shoulders. Inhale, press down firmly into your feet, coming all the way up. And elevate your shoulders again. Work on that strength. Exhale to come down. Good, we'll do one more. Inhale, reach the arms up, reach, reach, reach. And exhale, dropping down. Elevate your shoulders, drop your head. Inhale, lift your head, lift your chest. And exhale, step back into a downward facing dog. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Elevate your shoulders so you're pushing into the palms of your hands. Slight shrug of your shoulders up. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Look between your knees. Then as you inhale, step or walk in towards your hands. Lift your head, lift your chest, and then exhale, drop your head, drop your shoulders. Inhale, power into the balls of your feet as you come up. Elevate your shoulders, reach up, look up, and exhale. Good. To come down. Your shoulders a little bit of a roll. We're going to take a few poses now. So we're actually going to take a forward fold. And again, still molting. Again, our shoulders are going to be above our head. So we want to slightly elevate them. Okay, so I'm going to diagonally face you. Your feet are hip distance apart as you take an inhale. Just make sure that the knees aren't too locked. So you've got some support behind them and pressing into the balls of your feet. Take another inhale here. And exhale, take your hips back. And you either bring your hands down to either your shins, your ankles, or your 2-piece fingers. Go around your big toes. I'm going to place my hands on my ankles. And I'm going to roll my elbows out to the side. Slightly elevate my shoulders and look between my knees. 1, 2, 3. Just take your head from side to side if you want to release any tension for a moment. 4. And 5. Inhale, gently lift your head, lift your chest. And exhale there, so we're not rushing or to come all the way back up. Take your hands on your hips. Inhale to come up. And exhale, you're going to step your feet back together. Then we're going to take trikonasa or triangle pose, and we're going to concentrate on head positioning and arm positioning in this one. So inhale, step out to the right. You want a leg distance between your feet. Distance. And you're going to turn your right foot out. Turn your left foot in, just check in with the knees, make sure they're not locking. When you bring your arms up, palms facing towards the long edge of the mat, elbow if you can, elbow crease, facing towards the long edge of the mat on both arms. So that keeps the shoulders working equally. From here, take an inhale, exhale, reach to the side as far as you can. Good. Then you're going to simply drop that the bottom arm down, and then you're going to reach up more than you think with the top arm. Okay, so you don't want to be all the way over like that, but you don't want to be reaching back like that. Okay, so it's dropping the arm and letting the other arm come up towards your ear, top of the head. And then check in with your neck. Is it reaching forwards and has it got lots of tension in? If it has, drop it for a moment and then keep lengthening through the top of your head. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to inhale to come up. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. Same again, just check in with the arms, make sure the shoulders are working equally. So the palm facing towards the long edge of the mat, elbow crease as well. Not locking out in your knees. Take an inhale. Exhale, reach to the side, reach. And then when you've gone as far as you can, drop the arm down so the palm is still facing forwards. And then reach the arm over towards your ear. Check in with your neck. My neck likes to hold lots of tension there, so I kind of lengthen it for a moment and then imagine I've got a thread pulling me through the crown of my head. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale to come all the way up. You're going to step back to the front of your mat because we're going to change the distance between your feet. Okay, and stepping out to the right again. This time we want to go nice and wide. You can turn your right foot out. Heels are in line. Again, bring the arms up. Start off with the palms facing again towards your head, towards the long edge of the mat. Take an inhale here and exhale. This time you're going to bend that right knee. Don't be afraid of it coming over your toes. Place your forearm down. Let's concentrate on the top arm. We're going to draw a rainbow over your head. Make sure we haven't got too much tension in your neck. So kind of just check in with it, move it from side to side, and then just face forwards for now. Top arm is reaching over your head, so it elevates up. 2, 3, lift your chest. 4, and 5. Inhale to come all the way up. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. Palms facing towards the long edge of the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, forearm coming down. Get yourself into a stable position. And then draw a rainbow with that upper arm. Reach the fingers to the side. Let the shoulder come up. 2, lift your chest. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come all the way up, and you're going to step all the way back to the front of your mat. And we're going to step out one more time to the side, wide leg forward fold. And again, we're going to work on our shoulders. So your feet stay facing forwards. You want them out as far as you can go so your head can come down as a nice deep angle, but you don't want to be slipping and kind of trying to stop yourself going into the splits. You want control. You're going to inhale, take your hands on your waist, bring your hips to central. And we're going to move into a twist in this one. So if you don't want to twist, you can keep your hands on your waist. If you do want to twist, you bring your hands down into the center. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold at your hips. Either keep your hands on your hips or bring both hands down and the thumbs touching each other. Then you're going to bring your left hand into the center, and you can take your right hand on the back of your hip or your lower back. From here, whilst you're looking down, you lift your elbow up. Then you can look to the side. 2, squeeze that shoulder and the elbow back. 3, 4, and 5. Back down. Swap hands, right hand down on the floor, left hand on the lower back. Keep looking down, lift your elbow back, shoulder back, and then you can look to the side. 1, 2, 3, keep lifting your elbow, 4, and 5. Back to center. Take an inhale, lift your head, exhale there. And everyone inhaling, coming all the way back up. And release the hands. And the second one, taking your arms out to the side. Exhale, dropping them down and clasping them together. Take an inhale. And exhale, find your forward fold first. Drop your head. And then take the arms over your head. So you can just take your hands elbow to elbow, that's fine as well, because we're just working on opening out the shoulders. If not, clasp your hands and you start to send your shoulders, retract them back and push your hands away. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, use the weight of the hands to come all the way back up. Exhale, release, come back to center. Good. Okay, we're just going to finish off with a few seated poses. So we're going to drop, in fact, let's do half a sun salutation. So feet together or hip distance apart. Inhale, raise the arms and the shoulders up. Exhale to fold, drop your head. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. And then inhale, either come into sitting like so, crossing the legs down, or bringing the knees onto the floor and swivel the feet round. We'll take a few moments to breathe in our stick position, so lifting up your toes, pressing your hands down into the floor, and you're going to draw your chin back and just look down. 2, 3, this one takes lots of core strength. 4 and 5. Good. From here we'll take another forward fold. Take an inhale. As you exhale, reach your arms forwards, and your head they're going to be above your head in a moment. So you're going to elevate your shoulders, so reach the shoulders up. Either take hold of the ankles, the shins, or the side of the feet. And gently just gaze down towards your shins. 1, 2, so keep lifting your elbows up. Keep reaching the shoulders forwards because that helps you with your fold. 4 and 5. From here, lengthen your arms. Inhale and exhale to come up. And then you're going to take your feet, so the hip distance apart, we're moving in tabletop pose. You're going to take your hands back, hands can face in, fingers can face out or in. So they're not next to your hips, they're back a little bit further. What you're going to do here is send your knees forwards towards the balls of the feet, and then send the shoulders up to give them a bit of a squeeze. Okay, so exhale and inhale, sending your knees forwards, sending your shoulders back. And then squeeze your bottom muscles to lift your hips. You can either tuck your chin and look upwards, or you can then start to take your arms back. 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your bottom muscles, send your knees forwards, and 5, exhaling to come down, shake your hands out from there. Okay, we're going to cross the legs, and I'm going to face you. From here, we're going to take a gentle twist. So you're going to take your right hand, take it on your left knee, take your left hand and take it behind you. And actually, so you're in that position, but whilst you're in that position, think of the exercise we did earlier where you drop your right thumb down and your left thumb goes back. So we're doing that. It's kind of the same here. So do those shoulder movements and then gently gaze round. 2, relax into the neck. 3, 4, lift your elbows. And 5, back to center. And same on the other side. So take the twist first. So your left hand goes onto your right knee, right hand goes behind. And then if you want to work on that movement, so take your arms out then whilst you're in your twist. Your left thumb comes down, your right thumb comes back, and then lift your elbows outwards to see if that can help you deepen your twist a little bit. It's tricky to breathing these ones. 2, 3, relax your neck. 4, relax your eyes, gaze into the distance. And 5, slowly coming round. Give yourself a little bit of a shrug and a shoulder roll. Okay, 2 more. So this one's going to stretch out your shoulders. So you're going to come onto your knees. It's called puppy pose. So there's different degrees that you can do this. Keep your hips nice and high if you know that you've got tight shoulders, and we'll start off in that position anyway. So it's kind of almost like a half downward facing dog. So let's all start in in tabletop position, as if you're going to do cat-cow, but then start to walk your arms out in front of you. And because your arms are raised out in front of you, I want you to lift up into them. So you can then drop your head so they're between your ears, and you can stay like that. That's working on a good amount of strength. Or if you want to take it a little bit deeper, from there you start to send your hips back and up. That might mean that your forehead can come down to the floor. It may or may not. It's up to you. And then if you'd like to go, if there's a little bit more space, you can take your knees back a little bit more. And keep raising the shoulders so they're retracting, they're squeezing together, but you're pressing the palm of the hand down. And then try and tuck your pelvis. 2, 3. You might even be able to bring your chest on the floor. 4. And 5. Inhale to come back up, walk your hands in and give them a bit of a shake. The last one is coming down onto your side. It's their chest circles or shoulder circles. So if you have a pillow or a blanket, you can place your head on said pillow or blanket. If not, you can kind of let it just fall to the side. So the position is that your feet are stacked, your knees are stacked, your hips are stacked. Ideally, your shoulders are stacked. That may or not be accessible. And then your hands are on top of each other. We're going to do this 3 times on each side. Reach forwards with your palm facing down. Your fingers might or might not be on the floor. Either is fine. Once you get to your ear, turn your palm so it's facing up. I'm not going to have any room here. And then your drawing, I'm going to move forwards. Drawing a bit of a rainbow to the, so you're out in a T shape. Take a breath here. Exhale. and draw the arm back on top of it. Reach forwards. When you get to the ear, turn your palm so it's facing up. Take it down to the side. Take a breath. So incorporating shoulder movements and a twist here. 2 for the price of 1. Last one, reaching forwards. And usually the fingers come a little bit closer to the floor each time. Take the arms round. Make sure you've got the space. Take a breath. And back to centre. And you're going to swap round. So again, usually one side is a little bit more open than the other. Feet stacked, knees stacked, hips stacked, and shoulders stacked. Hands stacked. Reaching forwards, draw that rainbow when you get to your ear. Turn the palm so it's facing up and go, well, this one's a little bit tighter all the way around. You're welcome to do one more on the tighter side. Take a breath. And exhale back to centre. Reaching forwards. All the way around, turning the palm up as you get to your ear. Take a breath. And back to centre. And then reaching forwards, really itchy nose. And then reaching round. Take a breath when you're in a T shape. Try and relax there. This is one of my favourites. And back to centre. Good. And then from there, we're just going to come up. I have no idea what my hair looks like. We're going to come up into standing and just take our shoulder tests again, see if we've made any space, any improvement. So exactly as you were doing before when you started the class. So if your feet were together or hip distance apart, take that one. Palms facing in towards each other, slight bend in the knees, or support behind the knees at least. Okay, right arm coming up, so your thumb leads. Just notice if you can go back a little bit further, or not, compare it to where it was last time. Same on the other side, lifting. Try not to bend your elbow, keep the thumb leading. Can you go back a little bit further, maybe a little bit less? And back down, hopefully it's a little bit further. And then the other one we're going to do is the internal and external rotation. So making a fist with your hands, your upper arm is level with your shoulder. You've got internal, so you drop the fists, roll the shoulder forwards, see how far back you can go with your fists. Mine are definitely feeling a bit better there. And then same on the other side, so lifting the fist back, letting the elbows come forwards a little bit. Squeeze the shoulder blades in, but keep your ribs tucked. Excuse me, and coming down and release. And hopefully they're a little bit better. And just notice which side was maybe a little bit tighter. And if there was any difference. Okay, hopefully there is. Hopefully you're feeling just overall a little bit freer. Okay, so it's a 50-minute class, just over a 50-minute class. A little bit longer than anticipated. Now you're going to come down to rest. So come down to sitting or laying. And again, same options as before. You can have your knees bent with the knees falling into the side, especially if you get any like pinching in your lower back or tension when you're doing this. Or you can have your legs out straight. Either way, your palms are going to be facing up with your hands just wider than your mat, so your shoulders, excuse me, have got the room to sink down into the mat. And close your eyes. Get yourself nice and warm and snugly comfortable. Use a pillow and blanket. You're at home, so you've got everything on hand. Take a few more moments to settle. Get comfortable. And breathing in and out through your nose. And start to bring your awareness inwards, finding the space between your eyebrows, center of your mind. Imagine there's a muscle there and relaxing it. Feel as your breath goes into your nostrils, the sensation around your nostrils and the upper lip. Jaw is relaxed, whilst your tongue is nice and sturdy on the roof of your mouth. Relax the back of your throat. And the root of your throat by your collarbones. Feel the space around your heart being massaged by the inhale and exhale. Feel the space below your ribs relax. Your navel feels light. The space between your two pelvic bones feels soft, relaxed, and light. Relax both arms and shoulders simultaneously, letting them sink down back into your mat. Elbows relaxed. Hands relaxed. All 10 fingers relaxed. Right and the left legs relaxed simultaneously. Knees relaxed. Lower leg, ankles relaxed. Soles of your feet soften. All 10 toes tingling with softness. And feel the breath moving up from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. Filling your body with energy. Each time you exhale from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet, your body fully relaxes. Finding the balance between the two.